But then you hear the troops, hey, we're going to pull the troops from Afghanistan, the withdrawal. You remember this when it was in April that we're talking about it. And both Hillary Clinton and Condoleezza Rice on opposing ends, neither one of them supported it. They said that's not a good move to make. And we should stay there because if we pull out, things could get pretty ugly, could be, more war, more, others could take over and we're going to empower those guys. Somebody may say, well, David, I'm all for your noble causes, but if we pull troops out of all these different places and say everybody has to solve their own problems themselves and a full-on war breaks out, proxy wars, manipulative wars, does that affect us at all? And if it doesn't, okay, in what ways do you think it doesn't affect us? But if it does, shouldn't we just stay there?
So first of all, I think, Hillary Clinton and Condoleezza Rice should have very little credibility when it comes to speaking on matters of foreign policy. These are the architects of the last 20 years of war. These are some of the architects of the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and for example, Libya, which has turned into a terrible proxy war and a dissolved state effectively in Libya, where Hillary Clinton was the leading light in launching that war. The fact is, we are in a state of warfare in many parts of the globe, wars that often the United States military has launched or gotten deeply involved in as well as proxy wars. And continuing with the status quo is just going to continue these wars. The United States needs to shift its emphasis from warfare to diplomacy, to trying to end these wars diplomatically. Yes, Afghanistan looks terrible right now, but the solution was not to just keep the United States military in Afghanistan in perpetuity, which is essentially what U.S. leaders have been doing for the last 20 years. Another path needs to be pursued. And I'm glad the Biden administration announced the withdrawal of most, not all, U.S. troops from Afghanistan. But it needs to go much farther to try to reduce and minimize the violence and damage that is going on there, as well as in the other war zones where the United States should rapidly remove itself.
So if you like this little short clip from an interview I did, click over here to watch the entire interview. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.